daughter was born with a condition called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. This means that she was born missing the left side of her heart. Throughout February, it is Heart Month, so we are doing a series of videos to try and explain better what her condition entails and how it has affected both of our lives. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my birth and my labour with her. So the first thing I need to explain is that because of the seriousness of Dawn Louise's condition, I was supposed to be induced at a specialist hospital, which is about an hour away from where we lived. About 11 o'clock at night, I started having back pains and didn't really think much of it because I had coccydynia and I was in pain from that a lot anyway. So I decided to run myself a bath to try and ease the pain. And instead it just got worse and worse and worse. Got to about 11:30 and I'm starting to think this isn't right. Now, because I was supposed to be induced, I had no idea what it was going to be like if I went into labour. Nobody gave me any warnings on that. But I had started to sort of clock on to the fact that I'm probably about to have my baby a week early. So I ended up calling my midwife and she actually told me that she couldn't help me. So I did what any person would do when they're worried, and I called my mum. And she came round to my granddad's, which is where I was living, and we got into a taxi, and at this point things start to get fuzzy because I cannot express to you how much pain I was in. Labour is extremely painful and I will never ever be doing that again. So we went in the taxi and I'm basically rolling around on the back seat of this like really big cab because I was in just so much pain, like so much pain, and I was worried and it was stressful and it just wasn't wasn't a fun time. So we pull up to the hospital and they put me into a wheelchair and they wheel me into the room. Now I must admit my recollection of this is very fuzzy because of the amount of drugs I was put on, so I'm going to give you basically everything that I do remember, but obviously a lot of things were affected by the medication because the first thing they did was put me on gas. So I remember them putting the belt monitor with the ECG onto my belly to measure her heart rate, and they gave me gas and air and I was sort of falling asleep until the contractions hit again, and then I was waking up and falling back asleep, and there was this just really awful cycle of that. So the only time I was really conscious was when I was in pain, and then for the rest of it I was fully out of it. And the next thing I know is I'm laying on a table. There are about 4 different heads around me, really bright lights, a massive mask heading towards my face, and they're going, just breathe, just breathe. Now, I did not know this at the time, but they were putting me asleep for an emergency cesarean. So it's safe to say that nothing went to plan with my daughter's birth, absolutely nothing. Now I have no idea why I went into